Hello, gentle viewers. This is Avindian, welcoming you to Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the Boston Braves. I want to thank a couple of people who brought up the fact that they've actually changed how coaching works in OOTP 22 and that the coaches won't always accept the offers. So that may be why I got promoted to AAA. I noticed that a patch went out a couple days ago, so I'm hoping that this got fixed. But what matters most, hopefully, is that my record is unblemished. Good. I've won a lot of baseball games. So, last episode, before craziness happened, we find ourselves with a reasonably okay team that's about to get a whole lot better. Because it is trainer time and it is Goslin time. Both of whom should help launch our team into the stratosphere in terms of offensive capabilities. We still have one more draft to go. I mean, we have multiple more drafts. Mikey Smith Award. But, yeah, I feel a lot better about our chances. Johnny Cooney could be exceptional. But we're going to give him plenty of time in the minors to pitch well. I mean, he's arguably as good as Percy Jones is right now, but I don't really feel a need to rush. Because, let's face it, I don't think we're going to make the playoffs this season, even if everything goes perfectly, unless Goose Goslin turns in, like, a freaking MVP level season. Which he's super capable of doing. I don't want to bury the lead there. I don't want to bury the hatchet. Come on, Jack Bushellman. I'm offering you a minor league deal. How could you say no? Hey, Maury Rath won his second Gold Glove. Actually, more than his second. And it's a damn good thing, too, because woof, that bat is not good. It's not good. This season, I think we will be picking second. And who do we have to pick from? So this is kind of strange. This is kind of not the year to need a third baseman. But there are two excellent first basemen in Joe Hauser and Jim Bottomley. There's also Gabby Hartnett. I'm not sure I'd grab Hartnett, although, I mean, there is a local connection. He is from Rhode Island. But that's mostly because I think Severide is pretty damn good. And I think he's arguably better for the team. That's just my opinion, but I think I'll probably end up taking one of the first basemen. You know what? I'm just going to ignore that. Hey, Bill Cunningham was Rookie of the Year. Nice. And we got a Silver Slugger from Hank Severide, the man, the myth, the legend. You know what I'm going to do? Because I'm sure you've made a bunch of stupid offers. I don't care how much that would upset you. I don't want these garbage tier relievers. Like, what is your deal, game? What makes you think that relievers are a thing that I'm interested in? Like, I would never sign any reliever at this stage in history. I just don't think it's worthwhile. Here's the issue. No. I will handle everything. Except for minor league depth charts. There we go. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And I know what happened. It's because of the I got fired. Kidding, I didn't get fired, but... Why am I signing another bench coach? I've already got a bench coach. I guess I don't. Okay. And then I'm going to save you for now. I know we don't have a lot of staff cohesion. Which is funny because everyone here is actually easygoing. And nobody struggles with the specific personalities that we have here. So I'm thinking that this is probably just the fact of the weirdness. Excellent. No, I don't want to overwork him. There we go. Yeah, because my catcher is already a... Yeah, my catcher's already an established veteran. I don't think he has much left to learn. But I do need great teachers at first base and at third base. Or and the outfield and third base. And now potentially the first base as well. I guess the other alternative would be getting a great pitcher. Is there a great pitcher? Not really. Yeah, I'm going to honestly say, first of all, I would like you to give me a scouting report on all three of these players, please. Charlie Manlove. I'm sorry, that name will never get old to me. Gabby Hartnett. Now, there is the fact that Hartnett is a little bit rough around the edges. It's going to take him longer, I think, to be the player that we need him to be. That's another reason, in my opinion, that I'm not enthusiastic about grabbing him right away. Alright, we've got a bunch of people in the mid-50s in terms of WAR. This is one of the issues I have with the way OOTP does WAR. Like, this is pure defense and defensive adjustment. This guy is a garbage tier hitter. Like, he's objectionably awful at it. And I agree that defensive specialists have a place in the Hall of Fame, but not to this degree. So no, George McBride, I will not be voting for you. I will vote for Mike O'Neill, however. Now, Jimmy Williams is an easy choice in my opinion. He's an exceptional second baseman. He ticks all the boxes for me. An excellent all-around hitter who did cost his team like 4 wins with the glove, but that was only later in his career. And at one point, he was actually an exceptional second baseman. So you know what? Easy play. And let's, of course, not forget Honus freaking Wagner, who almost slipped my mind. Just, wow. Here's what's hilarious. He was ever so slightly better in real life. But it wasn't by very much. In particular, he got over the 3,000 hit and the 100 home run mark, neither of which he actually did here. He showed a bit less pop, but still this is an absolutely fantastic player. Like, this is like inner circle Hall of Fame. The man had one season his entire career that was below replacement level, and he had 6 freaking at-bats. If he'd gotten a hit in any of those 6 at-bats, yeah, that's wow. This Justin Honus Wagner, good baseball player. Anybody who's in their 9th or 10th year that I'd like to protect? Not really. Like, I'll vote for Jesse Burkett, but I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think he's going to make it. I know that there's just a lot of players who just don't impress me a huge amount. I do like Fielder Jones. I like when you get the name on the tin. I'll always vote for Addie Joss. Bobby Lowe is borderline for me. I don't think I would vote for him myself, but he is borderline. And I'll go Kip Selbach. I'll even vote for Ed Stein. I love pitchers like him. I just don't think it's going to make a difference. Have I overlooked you, Mr. Thomas? Ooh. Like, you held on way too long, my dude. But even then, you were still leading the league in walks. And you were a plus defender your whole career. Yeah, I could get behind voting for Roy Thomas. I love players like him, too. And I guess I'll vote for Walter Thornton because he was arguably Roy Thomas, but better. And I think I'm content with that. I love the stories about Rube Waddle, but also he wasn't as good in this game as he was in real life. Like, he was an amazing pitcher in real life. He was just merely okay in this version of the game. But how did... Oh, that's Jimmy Williams. Never mind. I was like, how on earth did Honus Wagner only won MVP? He won 4. I feel better about that now. Christy Mathewson is another really disappointing one compared to how he turned out in real life. Guess you couldn't pitch in the pinch there, eh? Submit. So it's definitely clear. I'm actually going to wait. I'm going to ask for one more scouting report on him, too. So that I can have the best, most possible information about the 2 players that I'm going to be looking at. You keep saying, oh, god damn it. There we go. Okay, Mr. Manlove. Yeah. I don't want to get too tied up in choosing between the 2 first basemen because there's certainly no guarantees that they'll both still be available. George Grantham is a really solid all-around second baseman, but I don't think really solid all-around decent is enough to get me to pull the trigger. I'm just quickly checking to make sure there's nobody I want to put on the Rule 5, on the 40-man, just to avoid losing them to the Rule 5. Okay. So, I have the 2nd overall pick. Who are you going to pick, Cleveland? You made my choice harder. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. So let's compare these two. I do very much care how good they are right now. I think that's an important part of this game. Both of you have a little bit of a hole in your swing, and that you're not nearly as good against left-handed hitters. I don't think it's serious enough to platoon either of you. Hauser has a lot more raw power. And he has that power now. On the flip side, Bottomley, Sonny Jim Bottomley, is the more complete hitter. Defensively, there's no contest. Joe Hauser is the better first baseman. Bottomley's also a bit faster on his feet. So here's the $1 million question. Or the $1,000 question. Is there any reason to take one of these players over the other that leaps out at me? Why have I never heard of Joe Hauser? Is he a black player? No, he just had a really short career. Okay. Game. I could take Fred Haney, but this strikes me as silly. I'm not saying I wouldn't like having him on the team, because we do need an upgraded third, but I'm definitely saying, if you're giving me the choice between a Hall of Famer like Jim Bottomley, although he was admittedly a pretty weak candidate, he's another one that kind of got in by the Veterans Committee. In terms of raw talent, Jim Bottomley is the better hitter. I think there's no disputing that. And he's also the better base runner. Joe Hauser's raw power is already here, though. But I mean, I'm having a hard time getting excited about range on a first baseman. And this is the number that's really leaning me towards Bottomley. It's his gap power. Which means even if it takes him a while to develop his home run power, he's going to be extremely productive in the mid-time. His discipline's not great, but that'll get better. Whereas Hauser offers right now big power. If we take a look at the overall roster, and if I look purely at batting ratings, either one of them would rank number 1 or number 2. And Turner Barber, he ain't nothing. I'm not keeping him just for the sake of keeping him. So, thinking aloud, if we take Bottomley, we have to be satisfied with a subpar defender. I'm happy at that at first base. I don't really care. And the second thing that we have to be worried about is his power not developing. But even a Jim Bottomley who never taps into his 25-30 home run power is still one of the best hitters in the American League, or National League rather. And he's good enough to help right now. Like, just right now, throw him in the lineup. Hauser's great too. Hauser's excellent too. But I'm deeply concerned about his relative lack in gap power. Which means he's very much going to be an all or nothing kind of hitter. And the other thing, too, is he's a lot more pedestrian against left-handed batters. Bottomley is certainly not as good, but he's still very good. And so for that reason, I'm going to pick Bottomley. And I'm going to hope we can pick up another couple of decent players in the interim. All players, please. What kind of park do the Braves play in? It's very much a pitcher's park, except for triples. So a pitcher with mediocre movement isn't the end of the world? I do like Howard Frigow, though. He seems like a really solid overall third baseman. I do like Lefty Stewart, but I'm concerned about his lack of firepower. Cactus Keck? If Bert Griffith had better plate discipline, I'd probably pick him. And again, it's also a position I don't need a ton of help at. I've already got a new third baseman, Pie Trainer. Why am I such an idiot? You've probably been laughing at me this entire time. Deservedly so. So I can afford to just take the best player available, and I think that is Griffith. So I'm going to draft him. Pitching potential. Go ahead and give me Hub Pruitt. I don't think he's actually a starter, but I'm willing to give him a shot, like as a fourth starter, maybe. Mad Love. Okay. I'm not going to turn down a reliever like Jim Lindsay. Any secret batting stars? I'm going to take Malon Higbee. Not because he's a great player, but because he's... Ooh, George McNamara. I'm basically hoping for an explosion of talent. But he might well be capable of it. And I'm going to go ahead and just finish the draft at this point. There's no other top players here. Yeah, adding 3 new players like Rath, Trainer... Not Rath. Sorry, Trainer, Bottomley, and Goslin. On top of what we've already got, is pretty damn good. Is there any benefit whatsoever to making you start in the minors, Mr. Bottomley? I mean, you're replacing a first baseman who doesn't fill me with thrills. And Turner Barber. I could maybe flip Barber to try to pick up another starter. Yeah, bottomly, you go right to the majors. I'm not going to make you spend a single day in the minors. I frankly don't think there's a point. Anybody here I want? Nope. Hey, Burkett made it. Excellent. Also, I really want to know who the hell thinks that Conus Wagner is not a Hall of Famer. It's like, this is just silly now. He's arguably the best shortstop in Major League history, and you still thought, nah, he doesn't need to be on my ballot. Come on, bruh. Bruh. Alright, and we're just going to jump right up to spring training because, yeah. I know you think I care that you dropped my budget, but I don't. 3, 4, 200. 3, 4, 200. Okay. This has to be a bug. I'm getting really tired of OSA scouting my players. Alright, I would like to trade Turner Barber for a pitcher. Really? Like, I will happily trade him for Pete Alexander and just let him hang out in the minors. Herman Paulette, maybe. That's actually a little bit more of an upgrade. I don't know why I couldn't talk. I know you say we can do better. I'm not convinced that I can, though. Is the thing. Okay, spring training time. As is my wont, I shall permit my bench coach to set things up here. Whew. Wait, what? You're honestly playing Maury Rath over Pie Trainer. Why? Because Maury Rath is a slightly, and I do mean slightly, better defender? I mean, I guess I don't care if you're starting him every other day, but this is a man who contributes next to nothing with his bat. I'm not pleased about that. But I'm not unpleased about that either. I will say, I do not love our pitching staff. Other than Walter Johnson, of course. Not Tom Zachary. But this lineup, when put together, might get so many runs that it doesn't matter. I just don't know. It's a very interesting problem to have, right? Okay, pitching. I have 12 pitchers. I only really need 11. Probably Fred Herbert goes back to the minors. That was easy. Everyone else. Joe Judge, you're a waste of space as a baseball player. If it sounds harsh, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Go and give me all prospects. Give me Mule Watson, please. He's actually a borderline starter, so it's actually a really great call in my opinion. You know what, Suter Sullivan? I am sick of your negativity. How many world championships have you won, asshole? That's right. Got him. Babe Pinelli is a reasonably good defensive third baseman. You can go to AAA. Mazel's not terrible, but he's also not great. Can I trade you for an upgrade at starting pitcher? Alright, I'm getting a lot of interest in him, so I'm going to drop it to just starters. Eddie Rommel seems like an interesting pick. He's 24. How about Gabby Hartnett? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna pull the trigger here. Like, even if Eddie Rommel isn't a superstar as a starting pitcher, I think he'll still be decent. He's certainly better than Harry Harper. Or Jeff Tessero. Ugh. Jeff, I appreciate that you don't want to be traded. Let me offer you a counteroffer. Do it because I told you to. And I'll just pick up Virgil Barnes. I think I need to find a new assistant GM. All my assistant GM is doing is making fun of my trades, even though I know I'm making my team better. It's like, bro, settle your ass down. Still got to get rid of 2 more players. What could I get for Maury Rath? Because here's what I'm thinking. I appreciate his skills as a third baseman. I truly do. But I mean, I have Pie Traynor. And even if Pie Traynor is a dirt terrible third baseman, and I don't think he is, he's light years better offensively. Now, I know Maury Rath has a long institution here. But he's also 35. That's not... Oh, I have to advance a day. Bear with me. There we go. Where would I actually want an upgrade? Maybe second or short, but even there... I'm going to keep Wrath, and I'm going to instead demote probably Hod Ford. And I need one fewer outfielder, and I think the odd man out is probably... Because here's the thing, Beals Becker or Dode Chris would be an okay... No, probably Becker's going to be the one to start. Because at least Becker offers excellent power, which Chris doesn't. If I was going to pick between the two of them, I know which one I'd pick. I'm going to send down Frank Walker. Boom, opening day. I got 3 of the top 10. I got 4 of the top 10. I missed Johnny Cooney. Nice. All right, pitching staff. The game seems insistent on me having a 5-man rotation. I'm not going to discount that. So, the big train obviously is our number 1 starter. Then Rixey, then Glasner, then Rommel, then Harper. All relievers only, please. Tom Hughes is clearly the stopper in this pitching staff. Percy Jones, I guess, is the closest thing to a long reliever that we have. And everyone else can do middle relief. Again, this is an early 20th century bullpen. It's not... Only 1 or 2 pitchers are ever going to matter. But you, however... We have some discussions to have. Okay. The overall, top to bottom, best hitter on this roster is either Goose Goslin or it's Jim Bottomley. And I'm going to give the edge to Goslin just because I want Bottomley hitting cleanup. But also because Goslin is better at getting on base. And I apparently am trying to play Goose Goslin at every place. That's just smart play right there. I prefer Pie Trainer as a 2-hitter. So I think we're going to make Severeid the leadoff hitter. Oh, he wants to be middle of the lineup? Really? Alright, I'll let you bat 5th. That's our biggest issue. Pie Trainer is our best contact hitter for sure, but his discipline isn't great. Maybe I'm being too picky. Maybe I should let him hit there and then let Cunningham hit behind him. Becker is going to hit 6th. Joe Gedeon is going to play 2nd. And we're going to round things up with Zeb Terry. Okay, game? No. Just stop. I wonder if my bench coach is like obsessed with defense or something. That is quite often a thing for players, for coaches. Let's take a look. I'm just curious now. No, you favor offense to defense. I cannot figure out for the life of me why you keep giving him a specific spot, but whatever. Okay, so that's going to lock up my minor league coaching staff. Hopefully I won't get promoted again. I don't know about keeping Man Love. I do like his name. But I gotta be honest with you, we can probably do better. We can probably do better. We'll see what happens. I'm not keeping Suter Sullivan, though. I'm sick of his whining. Alright. We are all set to go. Let us advance to the next month. Well, that's one way to force your preferred player into the lineup. Like, if you're forcing me to put in a player because of good defense, I'm going to put in the player who's amazing at defense. Hodford. I don't care. Like, fart noise. That's my opinion of that gentleman. Oh, Dode Chris is going to retire. Okay. So, we're actually not great at either of the two things I thought we'd be great at. But we're also not terrible. Like, friends, if you want to make me lose again and have another top 5 pick, I don't even care. I will, no hesitation, take that. Yeah, it turns out Goose Gosselin is pretty good at baseball. Who knew? Oh, that's right, I knew. Now, that's probably killed our season. I gotta be honest, I don't like that. Johnny Cooney, I guess it's your time to shine, because I really don't have another possibility. So, enjoy. Um... You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and no, I'm gonna demote Ford. I just think Gideon is better. Like, he's a good enough glove to carry his bat, and his bat is good enough to carry his glove. So, excuse me. But I'm going to be totally honest with you. We're probably already dead in the water in terms of making the playoffs. Maury, I appreciate your thoughts, and I kindly invite you to go fuck yourself. Give me a starting pitcher. God damn it, really? This is all I can get for you. This is how much people don't value you. You know what? I'm so tired of your bad attitude. I'm going to trade you for a relief pitcher. Like, I'm sorry, fans, but I am not taking an incredibly talented rookie and burying him just to make a 30-year-old player happy. I don't do things that way. I do what's best for the team, not what's best for individual players. So if they don't like that, they can suck it. Right. How is the staff? The staff confusion. The staff cohesion is still feuding. Interesting. I probably just need better coaches, and that'll be coming on the way. But yeah. Well, Johnny Cooney is certainly taken to the major leagues. You love to see it. I mean, all things considered, I'd rather have Walter Johnson, but I'm not upset that we have a pretty fine player to back him up. Richard Nixon. Oh, Al Nixon. I think Richard Nixon hasn't been born yet. Is that Bid McPhee? Oh, it's Waddy McPhee. But it is Jim Bottomley, like, destroying pitches, so that's pretty exciting. Really? Jim Bottomley can't crack the roster? Pie Traynor made it at least, as did Hank Severeid. But really? Jim Bottomley hits 360 with 10 homers, and you're like, nah, no thanks. Like, I get the guy's not a great first baseman, but who cares? I heart you, Goose Goslin. Yeah, man love, I think we're going to find a different team for you. I just think I can do a little bit better. And scouting is so critical in OOTP. Bottomley is like a shade overplayed, maybe. Good lord, Bert Griffith is hitting almost 600. I'll be honest with you, bro. You might be starting in right field for us next season. Like, a Beals Becker who isn't hitting double-digit homers is just a replacement level hitter. Actually, slightly below replacement. You know what? Bert Griffith is killing it. Can I trade Beals Becker for an amazing player and then plug in Griffith? I could get notable draft disappointment Vic Sayer. Yeah, no one's really offering much for Mr. Becker here. Just give me a prospect. Here we go. Art Reinhardt. Yeah, but I'm going to call up Bert Griffith, and you're going to be like, who was that guy again? You don't have a hole in your swing, do you? Nope, you're an excellent all-around hitter. I did not anticipate him having a big role in this offense, but here we are. You know what, George Burns? Nobody's going to trade for you. What if I throw in other ranks of players? I could get Bill Graham. But I could also get Mike Kircher, who's a lot younger and almost as good. Like, I'm not doing this because I don't like the players. I'm doing this because they're butthole malcontents. You don't want to be here, you don't have to be. I'm just saying, bruh. Now, I do want to find a reliever, Mr. Schellenbach. The next thing that I would like to do, if the game would be so kind, is to find a backup first baseman. Hi there, chick. It is nice having all of the power, all of the leverage. And that's literally all I'm trying to do, is just make sure that I have a nice backup. Okay, I'm not going to expand my roster. I don't really see the point. I got burned on that trade. I think Zach Wheat turned out to be a much more resilient player than I'd anticipated. That's fine. Backup center fielder. You can be a little bit injured if you want to be. Catcher, you know what? This is probably just a way of taking a break, isn't it? I'm just gonna add Coker here as a third catcher. I'm not gonna put Severeid on the DL because of the expanded rosters. I just don't have there's just no point to it. I mean, we're not making the playoffs anyway. So I mean, I'm not upset about that. Go ahead and nuke that for me. Dang, a 38 game on base streak. Very nice. All right. So let me talk to you. Let's chat about how this season went. I feel it is important to note how freaking incredible our rookies were this season. Like, all of them did an amazing job. And in other seasons, we're talking like 8 to 9 wins each for Goslin and Bottomley. I mean, I had 30 home runs between them. The problem is, of course, is that we're in an era where that may not be good enough. But, I mean, these two are going to duke it out for Rookie of the Year. No question about that. Hank Severeid, the old man at 31, put together another premier season. Pie Trainer, any other season, I think he's considered one of the better rookies. But not when he's not even the best rookie on his own team. We got a good offense season out of Zeb Terry, which is frankly gravy. Yeah, our lineup was not the issue. It was the pitching staff. And I think that's what's going to hold us back. Now, to be fair, 3 of my starters were amazing. One of them got injured, namely one Mr. Walter Johnson. But we had 3 excellent starters in Eperixy, Johnny Cooney, and then when he was healthy, Walter Johnson. Whitney Glasner is fine. I don't know that he's exceptional, but he's fine. Eddie Rommel was... Look, we spent very little to get him. And I think what we did spend was worthwhile. Harry Harper, I should have gotten rid of him. Like, he's put up nothing but huge numbers. I can do very much better for a number 5, so whoopsie. But yeah, we're being held back by our pitching staff. And maybe there's a solution to that in the draft this season, and maybe there isn't. But it's kind of where we are right now. It's the Reds and the Yankees. Go freaking Reds. Damn it. Okay, guys, it happened again. It freaking happened again. Why is this happening? Friends, this is getting really old. This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why I'm being promoted to AAA. And what really bothers me is it kind of breaks everything else. So no, I'm not happy right now. I'm gonna file a bug report on the OOTP forums, and I'm gonna hope that I can get a response why this keeps happening. But yeah, this is not okay. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like it. And if I have to keep resetting this every bloody season, it's just not worth it. Like, I'm not saying that I'll stop playing the series, but it's getting there. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Let me quickly quit and then get rehired. I am very flummoxed right now. Alright, I'm going back into commissioner mode. No, I can't mess with the save right now because I need to make sure to keep it in case they can fix it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and end this episode. And I was planning to actually do 2 seasons this episode, but this is so annoying that I need to get this fixed before I start trying to do multiple seasons in a row. So please bear with me. I hope you are enjoying thus far, though. We'll get this fixed one way or the other. But until next time, this has been Avindian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.